This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
From the space coast of Florida to Motor City, Detroit, this is the Savage Unfiltered Podcast with Michael and Joseph, an Anchor FM broadcast on iHeartRadio.
Joseph, what's going on, buddy?
Hello. Yeah, I had a call I had to take, so sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Just bear with the voice here because I'm just getting back from Savannah, so I developed a little bit of allergies. So.
Uh-oh. You know what cures allergy?
What's that?
Chemotherapy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, but it works. My allergies, which are mainly all outdoor stuff, was cured after they cured my cancer. So chemotherapy not only cured my leukemia, it cured my allergies.
I hear you. I hear you, Joseph.
If you're desperate enough, that'll help.
Yeah. All right, Joseph, we're going to get the show going because today we're joined by Amy Sinha, guys. She is a British voiceover. She also gets into her music as well, which you could find on Apple and a few other platforms, I'm told, including Spotify. But guys, joining us here from Wales, United Kingdom, Amy Sinha. Welcome back to the show, Amy.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, it's we wanted to bring you back on because the last conversation we had you on the show, you got into a tremendous story with some of your work, and I wanted to touch on some of your talent as a voiceover artist. Excuse me. So if you don't mind, I'd love to get into that. Also joining us on the panel, Amy, is one of my panelists that joins us on the show from time to time. This is Joseph M. Leonard, joining us from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, hi, Joseph. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
It's like I always say, and I have my character in my book quote, remember, things could always be better, but they could often be worse.
Very true.
Right? Gotta try to, before I complain, I remind myself of that.
It's a good motto to live by.
So Amy, I want to get into some of your talent. You started off, in the music career as a young girl, I see, and it just kind of blossomed from there, correct?
Yeah. So I started, I always say I started when I was 6 because that's the first time I remember singing in public. It was a talent competition. And then it kind of just went from there. I guess I've always been singing since.
Wow. That's and how did the voiceover career come into place?
Well, when I was doing the singing, so I used to perform, and then obviously as a performer, you have to speak to the audience over the microphone. So I guess people used to compliment me on my speaking voice as well, and I never really took that seriously when I was doing interviews to do with my songs or the gigs that I was doing. But then towards the end of 2019. I was just thinking of what else I could do. I just wanted a challenge, and I like to challenge myself. Otherwise, life gets a little bit boring. So kind of got out of my comfort zone and sort of like voiceovers, and I've kind of thrown myself into that. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that as well.
Yeah, because the last time you were on, you were speaking with myself and Soslin, and you kind of mentioned a lot of jazz clubs. Did it start off with the jazz clubs, or is that just something that you liked going to?
No, the jazz only started when I was 16, and I went to just a normal college. I think you guys call it high school, but I went to it's called a tertiary college, and I got to study music for A level, and then they kind of I trained classically, but there were so many classical singers that I think I found a little bit of a niche with the jazz, and to kind of put differentiate myself from all of them. And I really loved jazz. I really did. And I went to music college then for university. And then it's only when I came back from music college that I really got into the jazz clubs. To be honest with you, I never, like when I was younger, the jazz clubs were there, but I never really knew they were there. I wasn't aware of them.
There was a time when I was young and free, when I could do anything and still be me. When I was young, time was on my side, but now all I want to do is sit back and hide. The years have gone by.
So I only came across them after graduated, and kind of like, oh, why didn't I start earlier? But I really didn't know about it.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I was joking with Michael the other day, since I have a book and I've not recorded an audio book yet, that maybe I can hire you. Can you fake a male American accent?
Well, I have been known to do an American accent. A male one, no, I'm not too sure. That might be beyond my range.
My main character is male, so it would kind of need to be in his voice. Otherwise, I'd be hitting you up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, Amy, you have done a lot of work in your career, not only as, your music career, but also your voiceover career as a voiceover artist. Can you tell us some of your work that you've done? I noticed that you've dealt with some Disney and some Lego projects in your career so far.
Oh, yeah, no, it was the Lego. So it's actually somebody from in the US, in America. I can't remember which state, but he was making Lego movies, and he's done 2 already, and kind of like the original kind of Lego motion stop, which I think is so hard to do these days. And he asked me if I'd be in the 3rd movie, so I voiced that. Hopefully it's coming out soon. I had to do an American accent for that, so that was a lot of fun. But I've also done animation where I played young girls' voices. I've done like for radio, normal website kind of explainer videos. I've even done voicemail. If any of you guys want a professional voicemail done, let me know. I'm there. So I've kind of done a lot. I guess I know people go, "What's your favorite?" or "What's your niche?" What do you prefer to do? But to be honest with you, I like to do everything, because if you stick to one particular thing, it kind of gets a little bit boring. The way I see it, I get a bit bored, so I do like to do different things.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, is voiceovers? I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's very popular here in the States. Is it popular there in the UK?
What, voiceovers?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It is. Everyone wants a voiceover because it's kind of like a narration or like an advert, and a lot of people don't like their own voice as well. So I think it's great for that. Or I've actually come across people who think they can do it themselves. They're going, why do I need you? I can talk. I can do it myself. I'm like, if you feel confident about your voice, then absolutely go for it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Joseph is kind of silent. He's usually a jibber jabber on the show, but Joseph, you got any questions, man? Or
Yeah, well, I'm multitasking. I'm actually texting back and forth with somebody as we talk. Like I said, I had a call right before this, so I'm kind of following up on that. But yeah, how many recordings do you have? How much music do you have out? I go back. I have a book now. I've been writing the last many decades, but early on, my father had a polka band he created, and they recorded 3 albums. So I dabbled with music, but that was back when you had to sign to a record label to get anywhere. Unlike today, you can put it up online. So how much of a music catalog do you have, and where can people find it?
Yeah, okay, so I do have, well, not major catalog, but I released an album, I think it was 2011, that I wrote myself, and then I collaborated with a record label in New York. So I think it was one single that came out with them. And then I think I featured on one of his songs as well. And then I put out, I think, about 3 singles after that. But you can find literally on all the streaming platforms, so on Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, CD Baby, everywhere that you download, just by typing in my name. And because I've done a lot of interviews on podcasts now over the past couple of years, so I got if you type my name in, quite an extensive kind of catalog will come out, because I've done so many of that as well. So it's not just my music, it's kind of my speaking voice as well, I guess, over the interviews. I've kind of built it up that way.
And that was kind of part of my point. Nowadays, everything's available online, easy.
Yeah. Everything's available online. You can get it like on Spotify, everything, or on YouTube. There's so much that you can find. Yeah, you just have to type people's names in, isn't it? And you just get everything.
Yeah, you've been you've been all over the place. You know, you've been on over like 50 plus podcasts, like you mentioned. A lot of podcasts. You just search your name, Amy Sinha, and it comes right up on just about all over the place. So good stuff. Good stuff. Now, your label that you're known for, you know, this Sin with Love. How did that title come into place?
The Sin with Love was kind of like a play on my name. So Amy Sinha, Sin. And I just seemed like a quirky name. I mean, obviously Sinha, I used to get made fun of a lot when I was younger. When I was younger in school, we had to have assembly, and we would sing religious songs. I think it was about a Christian school. So everyone used to make fun of me, going, I'm a sinner, even though it's spelled, you know, H-A and not double N-E-R. But I think I like my name. I think it kind of stands out.
I have never walked this road before. I had
it's fine.
Yeah, it does stand out. And, you know, this label, I'm told, this is a jazz label, right?
Well, it's on my own label. So, yeah, it is a jazz label.
Yeah.
That particular one. Yeah. I mean, like Joseph said, it's kind of back then when he was young, probably you had to sign to a label. But nowadays, you can release it yourself. You just upload it. I just got uploaded to Spotify and then all the major downloading platforms.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, you know, Joseph, this Miss Sinha here, she's like the youngest of 3 sisters. So just giving a little background story of her. You did mention Disney and Lego. Now, you know, obviously they were voiceovers, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Disney, but the Lego. I haven't done for Disney yet. But Lego.
Okay. I thought you had done Disney. Maybe I was searching. You know, I did a little. I'm sorry, Amy. I did a little. Homework on you. Kind of. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I hope I do it for Disney. That's my aim. Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll be a Disney princess. So let me get this explicitly correct. You were in one of the Lego movies?
Not the Lego movie. It's a Lego movie by this guy who's created it for YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, darn. I was hoping you were in one of the 2 Lego movies.
Oh my God, that came out ages ago. That was before I was doing this. I would have loved to.
I didn't think they were that long. I thought the last one was only a few years ago, but yeah, maybe it was before COVID. Maybe it's a lot further back than I'm remembering. But yeah, no doubt. So you were kind of in one of the lower level spin-offs they did.
Yeah. Well, as I said, it was like not like you get those high tech kind of Lego movies these days. So the one I did he's literally got it's called Killer Psycho Stalker, and I'm in the 3rd one. So it's actual Lego motion stop. So it's actual Lego pieces that he's doing motion by motion, frame by frame. It is very cool. I haven't seen, like, when I saw it first, I think I saw it a year ago, looked at it on YouTube, and I was quite impressed because it's like, it just reminded me of back in the 80s. I was like, oh my God, that's quite something.
Yeah, tell me that again. Killer what, so I can write it down or look it up.
I think it's Killer, Psycho Stalker Killer. I think I'll have to read, but I think that's the main one, and it's by Jordan Adler. He's the creator of it. He's
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
I think he did it first of all based on his life. He's been through he's disabled, and I think he went through a lot in his past, and I think he created these movies as a way of kind of getting all of that out. But it's really cool. It is really good.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his work. I follow some of his work, but
Oh,
he's a tremendous person in that business. Um, Now the Lego, right? I mean, what made you get to that route? It's obviously it's. I mean, is this the biggest label for you? As a voiceover artist there in the UK, or have you done bigger pieces of work besides Lego?
I think bigger. Well, I did do an animation, and it was supposed to be kind of following. They created dolls, and I think it was based on she was black, and she wanted to create a black doll with afro hair, and I was to educate kids with afro hair, or people who saw afro hair, because I think they make fun of people with wild hair. They don't know how to um kind of tone it down, and one of my friends actually created this product for afro hair, so you don't have to straighten the hair, and it looks great, being natural. And I think that's what it's just trying to educate people.
It is a myth that terrorism stopped during COVID. Unfortunately, mainstream media opted to prioritize pandemic hysteria over promoting all news. Terrorism continues. Simply hoping that it doesn't affect you is not a strategy. The new book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, featured on The Author Show, is now available in paperback from bookstores, online, or as an ebook exclusively through Amazon Kindle. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, by Joseph M. Leonard. Order today.
An animation for that. So, but the problem is sometimes I do things and I can't see the follow up because it comes through an agency. That's the only downside of the agency when I work with them.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's so I'm like, I really want to know, but then I don't want to come across as pushy.
Well, see, Amy, you might be able to get away with that in the UK, but definitely, I mean, obviously this was done in the UK, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't be able to do this in the States because of, sensitive material and everything. Everything is all sensitive now in the United States. So that's definitely seems like a UK type of thing. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by sensitive? What the subject or the
Well, the afro hair,
Right.
obviously, and this is my opinion because I could probably maybe somewhat vouch for it. Maybe Joseph can kind of come in with this. The afro hair would be like looked as a sensitive topic or somewhat of a racist topic.
But, yeah,
really,
yeah, you guys don't have the degree of woke and pathetical corruptness that I call political correctness. I call it pathetical corruptness. It's these elites that feel just to give themselves a sense of being better than everybody and feel like they've got to look out for everybody and try to scream racism where it doesn't exist. So, if there's an afro, it's either you're insulting Black people or you're culturally appropriating for Black people. Because I'm in the Detroit area, obviously I know plenty of Black people, and they don't adhere to that. But the American left is obsessed with this sense of trying to claim a moral superiority over everyone, and claiming racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobia, all the isms, where it exists or not, to make themselves feel better.
Yeah, just Amy, just be glad that you live in the United Kingdom. It's somewhat better over there, I think.
Well, you know what? It's getting to that
point. Michael Gardner on iHeartRadio Unfiltered.
I don't know. I don't like to play that game, to be honest with you, because I think too many people get offended over every little thing.
Oh, it's terrible.
I just think it's ridiculous. We're starting to get that way, and hopefully people are going to squash that, because you don't want to get into a heated argument every time you make a comment. It's just ridiculous. You're not saying it in a malicious way. I mean, I love Afro hair. My sister, we're Indian, but my middle sister has this amazing curly hair, and she finds it really hard to manage. So she does straighten it, and sometimes we kind of encourage her to keep it that curly because it looks beautiful. It really is lovely. I'm thinking, I've always wanted curly hair, yet my hair has just been straight, and I'm like, oh, I hate it.
I have to ask one thing though. Is that like a trend over there in Wales, or
What's
the curly type of Afro type hairstyle? Is that a big trend there in Wales?
It's a trend to have curly hair. I love having curly hair, so I make the hairdresser curl my hair. And it's looked at more glamour. So if you have curly hair, you're kind of more glamorized. So people want to curl their hair. Although straight hair looks, I guess, more sophisticated. I guess it's perception about what you see. It's like when you see on the television and you see newscasters, they mainly have straight hair. I haven't seen that many people with curly hair. I've seen that in America as well, actually. They tend to have straight hair. So
That's
I guess
kind of a form of sexism in itself there, that in order to be considered serious, you have to have straight hair rather than curly hair. And I hadn't thought about that, about newscasters, until you just mentioned that. But yeah, that probably is some underlying idiotic bias.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah, I love curly hair. And people we spend so much money on appliances that curl your hair. I mean, it's a massive business that, they're making a lot of money.
Amy, I've seen some of the advertisements just recently come out of Wales and a little bit of London, with these machines and these devices that you guys use over there. It's fascinating. You guys really put a lot of effort into commercials over there in the United Kingdom versus the States.
You do. Well, you know what, it sells. You know what, things on TV or radio, they sell. I even on Facebook, I find myself buying things that I never would, because I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, could that help me? And literally, now I hate it. Now I just try not to. I kind of cross it out, going, I don't want to see this because I don't want to buy it. It doesn't work. 10 times out of 10, they don't work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lot different. I always think, when I see commercials there in the United Kingdom, they put more passion, more work into their commercials. It's, you see like those little humorous type of ads sometimes, in that British accent, it's a lot different, than here. Everything is all serious and you have to be serious in the United States. You know what I mean? So.
Do you? I thought it was the other way around.
Nah, I mean, maybe where I'm from. I mean, obviously, the last time we chatted, I live in the state of Florida, and well, I don't want to say too much in Florida because Florida's more conservative. We're going through a meltdown right now in the country where everything is all serious and this and that, and you can't joke around anymore like you once did. So
okay,
it's a lot.
No, that's not good. I don't like that.
No, it's not good at all. No. But as we're gonna wrap it up here in about another 8 minutes with you, Amy. Tell us a little bit more about your current projects. I know you've been working on some current projects lately. I follow you on social media and stuff.
Yeah, no, I have. So I've just been kind of. I audition a lot. I spend my days and nights auditioning, and it's kind of cool because I get to. I think people think that unless you're getting the jobs themselves, there's no point. It's kind of a waste. I kind of do 20 auditions a day. But actually, I actually like doing the audition process because I'm learning a lot from what people want, and it's kind of tricky when other people write you the script. Like Joseph, you were saying the audio book. Now I kind of avoid audiobooks because they're so long, especially the really, really long ones. And I haven't done that much of a long project yet, but I'm kind of like dipping my toe in the water by doing short, audio projects right
Yeah,
now.
why don't you mess with the audiobooks?
Yeah, it's because, as I said, it's because they're so long,
Oh,
and it takes a lot of work. I think people think I've had so many like emails going, oh, it's only 90 minutes. Oh, that shouldn't take you very long. I'm just like 90 minutes. That would actually take a couple of weeks, probably a month or two, to do that. So I think people don't really grasp how long actually recording your voice in an articulate manner actually takes. Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
could take a long time and a lot of different takes to get it right
yes,
because
yes,
you don't just pick up a book and start reading it. You need to study the book so that you understand inflections need to go certain places, and yeah, you want to read it and give it justice. You don't just pick up a book and record it over 90 minutes and say, "Here you go."
right. Isn't it? You want to read the book, you want to know what it's about, you want to know, the story behind it and how you should say it and the different characters. So yeah, no, you're right. You don't just read a book. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think people's ideas about audiobooks or people doing voiceovers need to change a little bit because they also think that you can get some AI to kind of, read it for you, which I
Yeah.
have to say they got really clever AIs out there, but I still think that like Alexa or like, I know you've got a version in the States.
Well, speaking
Um,
about Alexa, I'm sorry to cut in, but Alexa
mhm.
here, is that popular there in the UK?
Yes, I've got a few in my house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
because
you are right, though. The AI is getting much better.
mm,
And there are indeed, because I looked into it with my publisher, the Google. You could
mm.
just go through Google now and have an audio book created through Google. But it's okay, but you could definitely tell it doesn't have the human touch. And as we talked about, the importance of inflection and variation based on characters, who is speaking to whom and what and why. The AI isn't smart enough to know and grasp and understand and provide that additional context for a really good audiobook. But from what I hear from the publishers, audiobooks really don't sell all that well. So people, unless if you've got a big name or a really hot seller book that they know is going to sell tens of thousands of audio books, it's not worth the investment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, obviously your publisher looked into that, but I'm just thinking the kind of the rage over lockdown was podcasts and people working out listening to podcasts, and I actually think audiobooks might be going up than they used to because people like to hear like on their way to work or as they're running or as they're exercising. I actually like I like an audiobook. I think it's great. It makes it accessible as well if you can't read or you don't
Yeah.
have the patience to read. I've got friends who just don't have the focus, so they like to listen to
Yeah,
audiobooks.
you're right about that, Amy. Audio podcast is very popular.
Mm.
Video podcasting is becoming popular here in the States. I'm not sure if it's becoming popular there in the UK, but audio podcast is very popular. Like you mentioned, you don't have to listen to it right away if it's live or if it's pre-recorded. I think the best part about podcasting is the pre-recorded ones because you can listen to an episode that aired, like say today, like, 10, 20 days from now, on your own personal leisure, whether you're in the gym, grocery store, anywhere, at the park.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And even like when you're falling asleep, I think that's what I mean about audiobook. I think it's nice, when you just close your eyes and you're just listening to the story. I mean, that's my personal preference.
yeah, I
um,
hear you. But Amy, it was nice talking with you. I have another guest that's coming up here, scheduled for 1:30 Eastern here. As we conclude here, I have one question before we conclude with you.
Mhm.
Um, is there any work in the future of you coming to the States as
Oh,
a
I'd
voice?
love to. And I have to actually really love to come to Florida. I know it's a very British populated area, so I'm sure one more Brit won't make a difference. Yeah,
Well,
no, I do. I would love to come to America. I do.
well. Here's the thing: we have a big Lego presence here in the state of Florida, so maybe you can, pitch in for a Lego appearance or something.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll be on
Well,
board.
Amy, it was nice chatting with you. Where can some of the listeners find your work at?
Well, you can find me all on social media. Amy AMY Sinha SINHA, and I've got amysinha.com is my official website if you would like to take a look.
All right, sounds good. And you're also on voices.com as well, right?
I am, yes. That is a Canadian site, but yes, I'm on them.
Okay. Well, we got to plug in the Canadians. They're our northern neighbor, so we got to be nice.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for having me on. It's great talking to you both.
You too, Amy, and good luck with your future endeavors, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Take it easy.
Savaged, unfiltered.
All right, Joseph. What'd you think of Amy, man?
Great. That was a great discussion. And again, another one that is great, although we did kind of talk woke politics a bit, but
Yeah, she didn't
another,
seem like that, but it's okay, I guess.
yeah, another great opportunity to get away from that all the time. And obviously, I appreciate you having me in on it too, with having a book and having those discussions about voiceover people and audio books. So,
I hear you. Hey, Joseph, hold that thought. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to bring on a TikToker. Yes, I've never had a TikToker on my show before. She's a lip singer TikToker, so she likes to lip sync a lot of videos, different songs. She gets into all of it. I've seen some of 70s come out of her, 80s, 90s, even to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Trish, known as Pink Sunshine on TikTok. How you doing, Trish? How's it going?
I'm good, Michael. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm nervous.
Oh, it's okay. Just be yourself. That's all. That's all. You just got to be yourself. This
I
is
know,
what?
I know, I know.
No, you should be nervous because Michael can be mean.
Oh, well,
I'm
I hope
kidding.
he's
Of
not
course.
mean to
It's just a
me.
joke.
Oh,
Just
don't say
joking.
that. I'm not. Hey, I'm not. I'm not mean. By the
No.
way,
Just a joke. Just a joke.
yeah.
Too
Oh,
funny.
just be yourself, Trish. Like I said, we are unfiltered, so you don't have to, be PG. But I understand if there's kids around,
I
But
put them away. I put them away for it. So
okay,
we're good.
all right. But sorry about the delay. We just finished up with Amy Sinha, which is a British voiceover artist. She joined us from Wales, United Kingdom, and I noticed that you're joining us from our northern neighbor here of Canada, correct?
Yes. I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
Not too far from Joseph. Joseph resides in Detroit, Michigan.
Well, there you go. That's not. No, we're not that far. Couple, I think.
Yeah.
5 hours, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, a short flight would be nice, but 4 hour drive, I don't think I'm up for these kind of days. So I take it the weather is probably pretty cooling down where you are too.
It is. The leaves are changing. It's raining right now, which I love. So, yeah, it's a cold day today.
Yeah, we had a bunch of drizzly rain yesterday. Thankfully, it's dry, but it's pretty windy, and that wind has got a very big bite of chill to it, unfortunately.
You feel it in your bones, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I,
I'm going to tell you guys, I'd rather have your weather, but I live in the sunshine state of Florida, and it is 90 something degrees here. So
I dream of coming to Florida. I love Florida. I've been there as a little girl a couple times, Disney and stuff, but I love Florida. Florida is in my heart for sure.
Well, if you're a wrestling fan, we are the capital of wrestling here.
Of
They call
course.
it the
And you know what,
wrestling
guys?
capital of this country.
Yes, I am a big wrestling fan. I know all about you guys in Florida. my
Yeah.
my husband is my fiance is he's a big wrestling fan.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of good talent coming out of Ontario. You know, with Edge and a few other wrestlers. The Hart family, not too far from you guys. I think like only a few hours, right, from Calgary.
Yeah, it's funny that you brought up the Hart Foundation because my son is named after Bret Hart. He's
Oh,
his middle name, the Hart Foundation. His middle name is Hart, like Hart, from wrestling. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
does the name Tom McDonald ring any bell? He was a Canadian wrestler.
If I had my partner in crime here, it probably would, but no, not to me. Not to me, no.
Joseph, I think that's before Trish's time there.
No. He was a wrestler not long ago. He's now a rapper. He's immigrated to the United States and he's become like the next Eminem. He's a white, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white rapper now, but he was into wrestling
Huh,
there in
huh.
Canada.
I'm gonna look into him. I
So
will look into
Trish,
him.
yeah, I want to get into your TikTok stuff
Yeah.
because I see that you're very well known on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman has like over 17,000 followers, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring you on because you're becoming extremely popular on TikTok.
I love that. Yeah, I it was not expected at all. I've loved the journey from TikTok. TikTok, this platform has been um just a beautiful it's been amazing. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't connecting. And then I just looked, I love music. And I tried to do a lip singing of I've done lip singing, as you said, lip syncing a lot. But then when I started into music, it just seemed that it was inspiring people and it was connecting with a lot of positive people. And I just went with it.
Yeah, you nailed it. Positive. It is nice with
Yeah.
all the garbage and raunch and stupidity on
Yes.
TikTok to
Yeah,
have something positive there.
I
yeah.
love
You
that.
see a lot of wishy-wash on TikTok. A lot of women shaking their asses, and what is that called, twerking or something? I mean, it's
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wasn't gonna come right out and state it, but yeah, that's the raunchy, and then the stupid stuff with like not the Tide Pod challenge anymore, but there was something else of late. I just saw on the news some other new really dumb trend that is putting kids in hospital.
The trends to keep up with the trends. If we're going to continue to try to do that, I don't know. Like for me, just being on the platform alone and just trying to focus on kindness and positivity and not, I don't know, there's so much garbage, I want to say. And there's so much bullying going on, so much negativity, and our world is crumbling. And unless we actually come together and show each other kindness and love, like our world's gonna just like we don't have the girls, for instance, the little girls that are doing these trends, the bunny trend, or I don't even know what they are. It's sad. It's very sad to
Yeah, it's
see.
very harmful to
Very
their
harmful.
psyche over the long term. If not, some of these trends actually physically dangerous and kids are dying. I mean, they've not even lived much of a life yet. They're not going to know their 30s, let alone their 20s, if they continue down this road of ruin and just blatant stupidity. And unfortunately, parents aren't aware and awake as to what's going on. And again, why it is so wonderful that you're putting out something positive. And I'm sure Michael told you I would be on. I'm the author of Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You. Well, it's not just about terrorism, it's about hate of all kinds and being against hate. In fact, there's a chapter, love versus fake hate, because there is so much negativity and sadness and hurt and hate and harm going on out there that we've got to counter.
100%. And if we continue to fuel a fire versus fueling a light, we're going to fail. So if we can go out there and make people see that.
Hey guys, Michael from Savage Unfiltered Podcast. Great news. We are now listed and available on iHeartRadio. Tremendous announcement being spread here on the podcast today. Check us out now on iHeartRadio. That's right. iHeartRadio has now approved Savage Unfiltered Podcast with Michael Gardner. Tremendous announcement, guys. Check us out there today.
Just come in a positive way, we can actually start changing our world for the better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trish, I want to get into some of your videos. Now, Joseph, I don't know if you've seen her videos, man, where every video, she, kind of.
The sky, I close my eyes. Heaven help me when you call my name. It's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight.
Dolls herself out in pink hair. What's up with the pink hair? I'm not. I'm just saying, what's up with the pink hair?
Okay, I don't have pink hair. Pink Sunshine has pink hair. It's a filter.
Yeah, obviously it's a filter. Yeah, I get it, but
the filter is, I love her. I don't know. I tried all these filters and they're so hideous. And when I put that filter on, for some ways I saw myself, okay, well, I'm 42 years old, so I'm older, but I saw the younger me. And it was almost like I kind of could relive through this music kind of thing. So I just fell in love with Pink Sunshine and I created that and I just went with it and I haven't stopped. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an alter ego. I mean, a lot of artists have an alter ego. I mean, there's Pink, the recording artist goes by just Pink, right? I mean, that's not her name. And so many of these others that, they have. And the other extreme to that is like Alice Cooper, who's got the nightmarish, ghoulish, kind of image. That's not him. He's from the Detroit area. So I've met Alice. I know Alice. And he's a sweet, wonderful, loving guy, but he's got that image. So
unfortunately, in our world, to get noticed, and it's maybe not just our world, maybe it's just life, but there has to be some kind of attraction, right? Like you have to like something, or you have to, so the visual is always going to be the first eye. So I just thought if I'm a prettier, and I'm not saying I'm not pretty, I like myself, but if someone could catch the pink hair, just the different character, that they would be attracted to it, and I could actually maybe grow and shine more light on people.
Yeah, the more wild color hair today is indeed an eye catcher. And in fact, in my comic relief chapter of my book, there's a story based loosely on reality of a visit to a local pizza place that I frequent about three girls in a booth, two with wild, bright red hair that I have in there as part of the comic relief since my book is so serious. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And some of these women look ridiculous. I saw a girl that had like green mold color hair. I was like, are you right? What?
Well, Joseph, this all comes from, the original, crazy hair days of the 80s. Remember that, where they had like the afro froze? We were just talking about that just before you came on with Amy Sinha. And, some of the, the afro looking hairs, they were popular in the 80s.
Oh, punk was huge. Like the dyeing of the hair and stuff. And again, wrestling, we just talked about wrestling, and Vince McMahon, huge on the girls having different colored hair. He's always on not just having the blonde he wants colored hair. So they have the fire red, they have the green, they have the purple, so that they can each be a character. So that's where the pink came too, with me watching so much wrestling, it was like, I want to be like them. Like, I
Well,
want
look
to
at
be a
your
wrestler.
And
yeah,
that's
look at your
the
Alondra
distinct.
Blaze, right? Yeah, I mean Alondra Blaze, she had that in the '80s. You look at the current ones right now with what the hell's her name? She's a Japanese wrestler, something Asuka or something.
Ashka, yeah, she's got
Yeah,
the pink hair or like the pink and green. Like, she's done a lot of different colors.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sasha Banks, huge. Sasha Banks does
that
her
pro,
hair.
that provides a quick and easy distinction from a distance, as opposed to you generally don't, you can't see anyone real
Yeah.
well and maybe differentiate somebody from a crowd without that accentuation.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
So Trish, I have to ask you a question. With this movement that you started on TikTok, because it is a movement, folks. I mean, she's got a lot of following. With the, obviously, and this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of inspiration coming out of the singer Pink. Is that where you're getting your inspiration from?
From where? Sorry.
From the singer Pink?
Oh, I like Pink. No, I don't actually.
No? Oh, I was way off. I'm sorry, because I see the
Yeah,
pink hair.
no,
So I
I
thought
love
maybe.
Pink. It was funny. I did a few Pinks, and a lot of people were like, "Wow, you look like her." Pink, and I think because Pink and Pink Sunshine, it just all kind of coordinated together. But no, it's really from my heart. Like, I really, since a little girl, like I've always wanted to just shine on people. I want people to be happy. I want people to be good. I've put my stuff aside to make sure that others can be happy before myself. So it really just, I love music. Music touches me every day. And when I get a song that hits me on a day that I'm going to do like content, I'll take the songs that really touched me in my heart and then I'll just sing them. I'm good with lyrics. I love poetry, so I can memorize songs, but I'm not really good with the artists or even the song names. So it's tricky because a lot of people think that I know all of that, but no, I just know the music. I know the words.
Michael Gardner, unfiltered, uncensored, raw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you lip sync on TikTok, I mean, Joseph, you got to watch some of her TikTok videos. I was blown away. Some of it. Now,
You're
hold on. Now.
making me blush. Stop.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not on TikTok. And to tie this back, to kind of throwback and shout out to previous episodes, Michael and I did both a music episode and a movie episode. In both, we discussed Madonna's "Who's That Girl" movie and that theme song from "Who's That Girl." I'm not. Madonna's from the Detroit area, so we know her well. So I'm not really personally a fan, but she's talented. I'd love to see you do a version of "Who's That Girl."
I'm writing it down right now. I already knew you were going to ask, so I will do that for you 100%. It's funny that you're asking for
it's gonna be on your
Madonna.
next video. Yeah, it's gonna be on your next video, right?
I will make to thank both of you guys for having me on. I will make sure that that's my next thing that goes up.
I hear you. Yeah, because you're putting out like how many videos a day do you put out? I know there's a lot.
Oh, I used to do a lot. I used to do like 5 or 6 a day, or like at least try to draft 10 so that I can throw some out. But the past couple of weeks have been a roller coaster for me. So I haven't really done that much. I've just been throwing my drafts out there, and I haven't really done any content in the past. I've maybe done like maybe 3 videos in the past 3 weeks that I haven't even posted yet.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, I'm kind of slowing down just because it's gotten like it's a lot because she has done well and I want to connect with every single person on TikTok. And I'm a mother of 2 boys, 3 and a 4-year-old. One just started school, so it's overwhelming, and I'm trying to juggle a lot, and things are kind of crashing, but I'm not letting them. So I'm just trying to figure things out so I can move forward with Pink Sunshine because she's helped a lot of people, and I've connected with so many beautiful souls, and people have helped me daily on TikTok. The connections that are on TikTok, if they can look at it in a different way and connect with people worldly and like-minded people, the algorithms are crazy that's on TikTok. So what you like, you will find people that like the same things. And if you
I hear
connect
you.
with them, I don't know. I just think it's a beautiful thing, and I don't want to lose Pink Sunshine. I just need to find ways to manage her better, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Where do you see yourself, as I conclude here with you, where do you see yourself going with this? Would you want it? I mean, you have a tremendous gift of lip syncing, and you can barely, see that there's really no errors coming out of your mouth. I notice a lot of TikToking where there's errors. When you talk, you can see, okay, they slipped.
I have a bunch, but you guys tend to
You
not
have it
see
right
them,
down
so
on the
it's
pad.
not.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want something big for her. I would love to connect, and I sometimes sway into children. Being a character to have a mentor that help people. I grew up being bullied, and the kids, my whole life, like, again, I look at my kids and I want a good world for them, and I don't see a good world being created. So if I can do a change with Pink Sunshine to make a better world, I 100% will put my heart into it to help the children of our world, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I hope the best for you. I really do. And
Thank you.
I love seeing the videos out there. They're tremendous. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just, there's a lot of passion coming out of them. Some are sad, but like I said, some are funny, and some are just energetic. And
Mm-hmm.
you do everything. You do like rock, you do country. I seen a little bit. You do like
Oh,
classical.
I'll go back down to the 50s. I love 50s music. So, and I actually haven't dipped my feet that much into current music because I'm like 50s to 90s, but I love
Yeah.
the current music from 90s past. So there's so much I could do. There's so much music. There's music that's being played every day, new songs that come out. So whatever touches me that day, I just try to put myself out there a little bit. So yeah.
Well, Trish, you keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing great. You're getting a lot of attention on TikTok, and that's wonderful. You definitely have a movement on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard Pink Sunshine on TikTok. You can follow her at Trish Loves You One. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you,
Yeah, 'cause
Michael. Thank you so much. And Joseph, thank you so much. I'm so
thank
honored.
you.
So
And
honored.
Pink Sunshine certainly be much better than Pink Cloudy.
Yes, of course. Of course. Pink sun. You need the sun. You need the sun to
Again,
shine.
I always like to interject a little humor here and there.
I will get who's that girl, Madonna, out in the next day or two, and I will tag you, Michael, in it.
All right, take it easy now, okay?
All right. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much.
You too. Take care. God bless.
Thank you.
So yeah, she's got a lot of following, Joseph. Definitely a lot of following. I started following her actually earlier this year, and I seen a movement where she was going. I mean, literally, she went from like just a few hundred people to now she's almost pushing like 20,000 followers on TikTok. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a good show, I think, today. I wanted to bring Amy on, guys, because I've had Amy on before with Soslin, and she got into a little bit with her jazz. She loves jazz. She has a huge passion for jazz. And then she's kind of going into the voiceovers. Well, she not kind of, but she is. She's going into the voiceover career, and the woman is full of passion. She's very well known in Wales, United Kingdom. She has some records here that she had dealt with here in the States, mainly New York. And I think the last time we spoke, she had some kind of deal coming out of Los Angeles somewhere. I'm not really sure if that was going through or not. I have to talk to her off the air. But matter of fact, I should have asked that. I forgot to ask that to her. I know last time she said something. Yeah, she said something about Los Angeles. That was like about a month ago.
It's impossible to remember everything, even with notes. An interview is always very fluid and could take twists and turns.
Yeah, that's why you asked me. You're like, I'm not going to take you serious anymore, Michael, because you have notes. I'm like, dude, everybody has notes.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. I was teasing Michael the other day about using notes. Hey, I do too, but yeah, I joked I lost all respect for him because he doesn't do it all from memory. But it was a joke. It was just a joke.
I know, man. It was a joke, like, hey, I am unfiltered. I'm unscripted, but the unscripted part means that I'm not like your typical network broadcaster where they sound like a robot because they're reading everything off of a teleprompter or, pieces of paper right in front of them.
Exactly. Like this is me reading you the news.
God, you sound like Don Lemon, dude.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this show is now on Amazon Music and Audible. That's right. Gonna want to check us out on Amazon Audible and Amazon Music. Great set of platforms. We are so honored and grateful to be part of the Amazon team.
I tell you, Joseph,
And we're
oh man, what a show we had today, guys. We had Amy Sinha joining us from Wales, United Kingdom, where I forgot the time zone. I was like, oh shit, I hope I'm not like sending the invite out to her real super late because it's like, what is it, like 6 or 7, 8 hours? They're 8 hours ahead of us. So it's almost like it's dark over there already. So and then I forgot the damn time zone in Ontario, and I know they're like an hour behind. They share the same time zone with you, right, Joseph?
Yes, yeah. Ontario is Eastern time, just like me, exactly.
Well, it's Central Time. It's not Eastern Time.
Well, it depends on what part of Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Windsor is Eastern time, which is right across the water from me.
Yeah, she resides somewhere in like Toronto area of Ontario.
Oh, Toronto would be Eastern. Yeah, because that's actually east of me. So yeah, Toronto would still be in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah. So you got to bear with me, Joseph. I kind of told you off the air, man. We're gonna try to stick like till like around 2:15. Is that all right with you, bud? Or
yeah. Oh no, that's fine. And I heard you sniffle there.
Guys, you gotta bear with me with the sniffles. No, I don't have COVID. I don't have any of that garbage. No, because I it's seasonal allergies. Like right around like the end of September, early October, I always get them. I get them like about this time, and then I get it like around like the beginning of January. So I get like usually like 2 attacks of these allergies like twice a year. And just to give you a little side story, folks, I just came back from Savannah, Georgia, and Mackenzie and I, which is also the producer here of the show, my girlfriend and I, we did like a little mini trip, and the show we did yesterday. A lot of people were like, "Where the fuck were you talking out of?" And I'm like, "Dude, I was broadcasting out of the hotel room." We were getting a lot of echoes. And Mackenzie, like, she kind of like pointed it to me, and now I'm biting the bullet really in my own ass now because, she's like, Michael, we have to bring the panels and everything else. We're going to get a lot of echoes and everything, because of the hotel. And I'm like, nah, I don't think we're going to get echoes, and like, sure enough, we got echoes because the freaking ceilings were like 25, 30 feet tall. And I wanted to bring the panels, Joseph. I really did, but I didn't want to get like the damage, label put on us, when we checked out, because how the hell am I supposed to put these panels on? The only way you'd be able to put them on is with like this really, really heavy adhesive of tape that you have to put in the back of the panel, and then if I go to rip it off, it might rip the, the paint or the wallpaper off or the, the drywall. So I didn't want to get charged with damage. So So, but yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It really was. The gentleman I had on, guys, I hope you tuned into that episode yesterday, which was a damn good episode. We interviewed a person that believes in yogi. Basically, do you know a little bit of that, Joseph?
About what?
He has a lot of beliefs with the yogi belief, which is basically people that believe in like third and fourth and fifth dimensions and shit.
Ah, yeah, no, I'm not familiar. Well, I'm
Yeah, you got to check
familiar
out.
with the concept, but not the particular reference.
Yeah, you got to check out the episode. It was a damn good episode, man. We had oh god, I gotta remember his name now. Now I'm gonna sound like a jackass. Oh, Wajid, if I'm pronouncing that right. Wagid. He's probably gonna probably laugh if he is here in this episode. It's Wajid. There it is. Wajid Hassan, and he basically wrote a book out called "The Struggle for World Sanity," and a lot of it has to do with entities, aliens.
Uh-huh.
And he got into that story very, very briefly, Joseph. I mean, I was blown away, dude. Mackenzie and I, when we were listening to as he's talking over the show yesterday in the hotel, we are broadcasting in the hotel. And, Mackenzie's like, I'm speechless after we heard it. He got into like third and fourth dimensions. He got into like portals. He got into like why these entities are starting to appear more and more and more now. And, they're concerned for us because of our political hatred and our political divide that we're showing here in the country and also the world. And he got into like so much. And I was just like, can you explain, like why are they showing up and this and that? And you could hear probably still blown away.
I love that subject matter. If you remember, a lot of people didn't like the last Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull movie, but that had to do with interdimensional beings. And I love to watch the UFOs. They're all called UAPs now, but those shows, because in my mind, it seems a little more realistic that they would indeed be interdimensional to be able to break a dimensional barrier rather than travel billions of light years in a craft, especially given the small size of most UAPs that are reported, unless if it's like a Battlestar Galactica situation where there's indeed a Battlestar and then the smaller craft come out from within that. So yeah, I love all that discussion of interdimensionalism in that, because to me, being a Christian, the Bible does not in any way, shape, or form preclude any of that. And in fact, regarding alien life of some form, the Bible tells us there is alien life. Angels, cherubims, Nephilim, all existed before the earth was created. Therefore, by de facto definition, angels are extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah. He got into some of that. And then obviously, I'll give you a little brief story about it. There's a lot of stuff that he went into the show yesterday that he could not discuss. He is a former engineer of a federal agency here in the country, and there's a lot of stuff that he was not allowed to disclose. Even like I've had like other people on the show, guys, CIA agents, former CIA agents. That there's a lot of stuff, Joseph. I mean, they can't disclose, and
yeah,
I'd love to hear it, but a lot of the stuff, I mean. When we were listening to it, to be honest with you, Mackenzie questioned me a couple times. Yeah, I know you questioned me. Like, is this guy for real? Does he sounds like a hack and this and that? At first I was like, all right, this guy's like fucking nuts. Like he was explaining that like during his career and everything like that, he did have an experience where he traveled because the guy was actually, before he came to the country, Joseph, he was born in Pakistan, and then he basically went from Pakistan to London, spent some time in London, and then shortly before he left. Hold on, let me give you the rundown here. Oof, I'm still blown away by the conversation, but anyway, he went from Pakistan to London, and then eventually landed himself in the United States. But the experience he experienced in London, he experienced with an entity. like an alien craft that hovered over him. Something told him in London that he had to travel. And he did. He traveled by what we would call here in the United States Greyhound buses, but they call them just coaches over there in the UK. He traveled from London over to Stonehenge and basically had an experience with a spacecraft right over him right by the Stonehenge. And I was like, okay, continue. I don't first, I was laughing at first, but then the laughing went away because some of the stuff that he got into, I mean, you couldn't even like falsify, even over the air. Like some of the stuff, like, I mean, it was just like, why did they come and hover over you to begin with? And some of the stuff he got into, he's like, I can get into a little bit, but some of it is classified. And I was like, I understand. But I mean, you got to listen to the episode. It's a damn good episode. It really is.
I understand what you're saying about classified and that. I mean, there were things I was told in confidence that I could not share in my book because, again, I'm an IT guy. So a lot of, I have contacts in the FBI and the CIA too. And that's where some of the information I worked with them on as to aspects of my book. And indeed, there's things they shared that I couldn't share and things that they could only hint at that they couldn't really share.
Well, he got into some detail where, I asked a question to him yesterday and I was like, why are these entities or, UFOs or aliens, coming? Like, why are we hearing about it a lot in media and stuff like that? And he's like, well, they're concerned for us, because mankind, he says, I can tell you this, we're not from this planet. Like we come from another world where we destroyed that world and they brought us here, which they're called engineers. The engineers brought us over here in two seeds. One was a male seed and one was a female seed. And that's how life began. It re-began itself here on Earth because we destroyed our former selves on the prior planet, the other Earth. This is Earth, like he used a paraphrase, Joseph, but obviously he can't get into the real paraphrase. The paraphrase he used was like Earth 2.0. And he's like, this is the reason why we're here. This is the reason why we're, getting visited by these entities and aliens and stuff like that, because they're concerned for us. They don't want us repeating the same mistake that we made on the other planet. And I was like, whoa. So, it was an interesting conversation. It really was. He got into what else did he get into? He got into so much. Like I said, guys, I don't want to give too much spoiler away. You got to listen to the episode. You really do. Like I said, I do apologize for the echo. I should have listened to Mackenzie. There was a lot of freaking echo in. I'd love to put those damn panels on the walls to get rid of it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But,
that.
So as we're gonna close it up here soon, Joseph, you got anything going on, man, this week? I know you've been on a couple shows. You said you had a show prior to this, man. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went good. Yeah, I was on another show at 11 o'clock today. It was a mainly religious oriented show called Revelation. I forget the rest of the name, but Revelation Warning with Robert Thibodeau that I've been on another one of his shows before. So yeah, you know me. I've said I will discuss my book or other things with anybody willing to have me.
I'm telling you, you got into it. So it sounds like more of a spiritual show then, right, man?
Yeah, it was more of a spiritual, which I mean, it relates. Terror strikes coming soon to a city near you. If these terrorists get their hands on nukes, we literally could indeed be in end times.
I'm telling you, man.
The devastation and destruction and the fallout that would happen and the regional and global outbreak of war that would result. Oh.
Well, you got to tune into this Wednesday, Joseph. We're gonna have this woman coming on the show. Oh boy. We did question her like 3 or 4 times, are you sure you want to disclose this on the show and this and that? And she's got a story, man. It's probably going to leave you and me in tears. Let's just say it like that. It's going to be sad, guys. I do want to admit to that, but she's got a life-altering story, Joseph, where, when you're ready to hear this, man, you're going to be like, oh my God. She went from battling mental illness, folks. I'll just give you a little spoiler of it. She went from battling mental illness to now making a better life for herself. That joining us on the show Wednesday will be Morgan Roberts, tremendous individual. I got to speak to her a little bit off the air, and she's got a great, great story. Also, two guys joining us tomorrow will be Lance Hilsinger. He's an author. A lot of authors. I think authors seem to like my show. I don't know why, but I'm more of a political guy than, a person that likes talking about books.
Yeah, my book has a partial political bent thread in it, so my book on your show makes sense. Some other books maybe not. If you have on a children's book author, then I might start to worry about you.
No, God, no. Oh, God, I have morals, Joseph. But, it's just like, hey, people, here's the thing, Joseph. Obviously, I don't like to brag, but I'm going to brag anyway. Maybe I should put a bragging right into it right now. I don't do that a lot, but maybe I should. I don't think there's a law against that, saying that on the radio or podcasting. But, obviously the show has grown. Obviously it has. I mean, if iHeartRadio just picked me up and Pandora picked me up, obviously I'm doing something right? But, if people want to express their story, their experiences, their journey on this show, like Joseph said, he does the same thing. If somebody wants to interview Joseph about his book, he's willing to go on any show, because it's publicity. It helps promote, his book. Same thing with my show. It helps promote my show. But I do give the warning that, my show is, it's not your typical scripted show. It's not your typical, buy the book show. Hey, listen, if I don't like you, I'm going to call you out. I hope I don't have to do that, but I've had to do that a couple times on other people's show, because they make a mockery of you. But
the one show which we won't name, who basically just wants to piggyback off you by attacking you. I was on one show called The Bible Says What? And I recommend you just avoid it. I thought it would be another relatively friendly, religious broadcast, but no, it was an atheist ambushes Christians and attacks Christianity for an hour. So, but I didn't hang up. I stayed. I held my own. I gave it back. And, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. And
Joseph, I've seen that show. That guy made a freaking ass of you, man. I'm like, dude, this guy is like, he's bringing Joseph on just for, Joseph, I got to say it like this, man. I back people like you, like Joseph here, guys. I back people like Soslin, because these guys are literally like, they give their heart, they give their passion on these shows. And then when you have a jackass on the show that, just uses you for leverage, like, these other two jackass did to me on their shows, that's wrong, man. Like, why even bother, But it is what it is. Hold that thought, Joseph. I gotta say one thing. So, obviously, tune us in tomorrow for Lance Hilsinger. He's an author, a very well-known author, getting a lot of good views. Joseph, you got to check that show out. Obviously, after we're done, he's getting like 5-star reviews. He's got his own best-selling category, and that's great. Joseph got into that. If you can get viewpoints off your book, you can create your own damn category, which is crazy. It is. Also to Thursday, guys, we are re-inviting the Therapy Twins back on the show. Joan and Jane, known as the Therapy Twins. They're full of humor. They're full of laughter. some of the stuff that they say on the show, I mean, you will literally have your jaw drop down to probably your damn neck, because like they get into a lot of funny, raunchy stuff. Hey, I'm all for that. I love comedy. I really do. I wish I can get more people on the show that's full of comedy. It's hard though, because when they see that political label, they're like, oh shit, no, he's gonna be talking about something stupid like Joe Biden or fucking Donald Trump. No. I'm willing to go comedy. And like I said, I'm grateful to have the therapy twins join us back. We're actually giving them more of of floor time, air time on the show this Thursday. We're going to be doing the show roughly for like about an hour and a half. So you're going to hear a lot of like comedy, laughter, humor, dark humor. Let's just say it's going to be dark humor, but it's funny as hell. You got to get through it. Joseph's getting a lot of great feedback from the first time that they were on.
Yeah.
Really good feedback.
Yeah, you know me. I usually stick with the lame humor, but I like the dark humor too.
I don't know, Joseph. You might like the show, man. We might like to like do like an on-air invitation to you on the show for Thursday if you can make time for it. It's scheduled for 1 p.m. So
Yep.
it's going to be a good one, guys. Really good one. Also, this Friday, we're doing an episode in honor of National Podcasting Day, which is this Friday, September 30th. So for all my fellow podcasters out there, on-air radio personalities, make sure you mark it on the calendar to celebrate National Podcasting Day this Friday. Going to make a show about it. We're going to honor the very first podcasters in the business to where it's at now. So we're going to go through like a timeline of how podcasting came into play and to basically where it's at now. So similar to like, other shows that we honored, in the past, but it's going to be a big similarity to that. Joseph, obviously we're getting to that past the top of the hour. Anything else, man, you want to bring in here before we close it out?
No. It was very interesting to have kind of a dual episode. It's kind of like the old Doublemint commercials for the gum. Two in one.
I thought you'd like that. Mackenzie was like, does Joseph know about Trish Pink Sunshine? I was like, no, he only knows about the Amy Sinha. That's going to be a surprise. So we had to leave the second person coming on as a surprise.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was very enjoyable. And again, I love any and every chance to be able to come on with you and not just talk politics. Usually they invade in some way, shape, or form into these conversations, but we're not dwelling on politics and the damn destruction that's going on this planet with, some people just hell bent on power and control and of others, and as long as they've got theirs, they don't care about anybody else. But now it's kind of brought us down.
Yeah. It's great not talking about politics, but we did talk a little bit of politics. Obviously, Amy didn't like that at the beginning of the show. It's okay.
The woke issue again. Yeah, I mean the woke issue unfortunately ruined so much, and again,
like,
even with Trish, again, so nice and refreshing,
isn't it?
upbeat, positive, rather than the destructive garbage that mostly pervades these platforms.
Isn't it, Joseph, nice? Like we actually got to talk to people that don't have hatred, that they don't have evil intentions on their mind. I'm like, wow, these people are almost like they're from another planet. Like you had Trish from Canada, right?
Yeah.
You had Trish from Canada. Like she's like full of positivity. She's full of like energy and everything. And then across the pond, we had Amy Sinha from Wales. It's like, wow, there actually are nice people in this world. It's great.
And it's not like the UK doesn't have their problems, and Canada with the idiot Trudeau. His father was bad enough. This Justin, the son, is just a whack job. Is destroying Canada like Biden is the United States. And thank God that reasonable prime minister got elected in the UK of late, and Italy just last night. There was a good victory for sanity there too. So
I just was about to say, did you hear that Italy has and I put this out on social media, folks, Italy has the first female prime minister.
yeah, and that matters that she's a Margaret Thatcher and not, you know, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, and she's a conservative too. That's
why I mentioned Margaret Thatcher. Exactly. She's the Italian Margaret Thatcher. And they're saying and I forget her name that was just elected PM in England too, that she's not quite a Margie Thatcher, but she's definitely at least not a Tony Blair in a skirt.
Well, the establishment over there is literally terrified of her. You know, like their own thing, because they do. They have an establishment over there. It's a different type of an establishment, obviously, like you don't see here in the United States. But the establishment over there, they're terrified of her. They really are. You know, they have like it's a parliamentary system over there, right, Joseph?
I'm sorry, I was coughing. I missed that. What about over there?
Well, obviously, you know, Italy is part of Europe, so they run off of a parliamentary system over there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And there may very well become an Ixit, like there was a Brexit movement to move them out of the EU. Because, again, they elected somebody on the right who is indeed more independent and sovereign. You know, we are our own nation. We are not part of a globalist cabal. You know, again, just like with Trump, it's America first, but not America alone or America only. We know we reside on the planet, and what happens elsewhere on the planet matters. But you got to take care of yourself first. It's like on a plane and the oxygen mask comes down. You're instructed to affix your oxygen mask to yourself first, because if you get hypoxia and go out, you're no help to anybody else. You got to help yourself first, because if your own nation goes bankrupt, you're not any good to anybody else.
Oh God, Joe! So listen to us. Now we're talking about politics. We're becoming hypocrites now over the air. But anyway, my nose is about to explode right here. I have to get some ginger and some tea with lemon, because I don't take medication. I'm a firm believer against medication. I live a very natural, organic lifestyle to an extent. But you know, my nose is about to explode right now, Joseph. I got to get off the air, man, because.
As best you can, that's good. And like I joked with you, though, if you get desperate enough, chemotherapy cures allergies too. At 2010, I had leukemia. The chemotherapy not only cured my leukemia, it cured my allergies. It may be a bit drastic, but if you're desperate, it works.
No, I'm not, you know what? I'd rather go jump in the Atlantic Ocean right now, and with the salt will cure anything. But you know.
All right, well, take care, brother. Love you.
Yeah, it was good talking to you guys. Remember to hit that like and follow button on all social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, now on TikTok. And guys, hit that like and follow button on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, definitely. iHeartRadio is a great app.
All righty.